Hey guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we are talking about two Huda Beauty foundations. These are two of the newer launches from her and I have both of them. Right here I have used both of them and I have my thoughts on both of them. I like one more than the other. So I'm going to share my thoughts on both these foundations. I will apply both of them on my face and I will show you a wear test as well at the end of the day. So if you guys have been interested in both these foundations from Huda Beauty, please keep on watching. Okay, let's get started. I have nothing on my face as per usual. The foundation videos which I do, I usually don't apply any sort of primer so they can see the foundation, how it looks on my skin tone. So we are doing the same thing today as well. So the primer, the moisturizer which I have used is the Innisfree Green Tea Moisturizer. Okay, so both the foundations are right here. This is the Huda Beauty FauxFilter Skin Finish Stick Foundation. I have the shade Toffee in this 420G. I have already done a video with this one. It was like a first impression kind of a video and I will try to link it in the description box as well. And then we have the newer one from Huda Beauty. This is the Huda Beauty FauxFilter Luminous Matte Foundation. So this is a full coverage liquid foundation and this one, does it say anything? It says a buildable coverage foundation stick. So in the liquid foundation also I have got the shade Toffee. Let's start off with the stick foundation. The one thing which I don't like about the Huda Beauty packaging is that this thing always rips. It's very difficult to open. I don't know why brands cannot make nice cardboard packaging which doesn't rip while opening. Yeah, I have ripped apart whatever was left. Anyway, so this is how the stick foundation packaging looks like. It's a nice packaging, I would say. It's a little bit flimsy, I would say. I mean, it's not like hourglass packaging which is very sleek. It feels very nice to hold. This is a little bit like too lightweight, I don't know. I didn't really love the packaging of this one. So this is how the stick foundation looks like. I've already used it many times and this is how the shade looks like. So the claims of this stick foundation is that it's a natural finish foundation. It has buildable coverage and it is waterproof. Okay, and I have used it quite a lot and it is really long wearing. Okay, so the stick foundation I'll apply on the half of the face, this side. So this is how the shade Toffee looks like. I would say it's a pretty good match for me. I use the shade NC44 in MAC. I would say it's a little bit dark around this part of the face, but for the perimeter of the face it works fine, so I don't have really any issue with that. I think it's a great match. So I'm going to blend it out with a brush. I'm using the Zoeva Silk Finish brush, my trusty foundation brush. I love how easily it blends, and if you guys have been here for a while, you guys probably know I love stick foundations. I love wearing stick foundations. I think they're very handy, especially when I used to travel a lot. I used to carry stick foundations, and the hourglass stick foundation, the Sugar Cosmetic stick foundation from India, they are just amazing. I love them. Okay, so that's one layer of the stick foundation. Can you see how natural it looks on my skin? It's not a full-on matte foundation. It has a skin-like finish which I really love. Okay, so that's my first layer. Normally that's what I will do, but just for the sake of this video I'll apply a little bit more, especially around this area. So the coverage is actually pretty buildable. I will not wear any concealer today as well. I'll just show you the foundation, how both of them look without any concealer or anything like that. So this is more of a yellow golden undertone foundation. Okay, so that is the foundation stick, Huda Beauty foundation stick on this side of the face. I love the finish of this foundation and I will tell you right away that I love this foundation more than this one which I have purchased recently. This is so beautiful. It's like a natural skin-like finish which we'll get with this foundation. It says it is a buildable coverage. That's the sort of foundations I like. It's not too matte, not too dewy. It's perfect and it sets on the face, and it's very long wearing. I have tried it with mask as well. It's really nice. I will show you a mask test as well at the end of the video. So that's the Huda Beauty foundation stick. I will highly recommend this foundation for any kind of skin tone. This is a beautiful foundation. Okay, I think they have done a great job with this. If you love stick foundations, I think you're definitely going to like this Huda Beauty foundation stick. Now we are going to go to this one. Okay, now the same thing happens with this. It's really difficult to open. I like packaging which opens smoothly. With the Huda Beauty ones, I didn't have that experience. Okay, so this is how the packaging of this one looks like. It's an acrylic packaging. The same kind of packaging the foundation stick has, a matte kind of a feel to it. This one also has like a matte kind of a feel to it. And I have got the shade Toffee, I already mentioned. This one is a full coverage liquid foundation. So this is supposed to be a life proof foundation. That's what it's written on the packaging. It's non-comedogenic. That means it is not going to clog your pores. Flawless filtered finish. Waterproof, super long wearing, transfer proof, fade proof, sweat proof, humidity proof. So everything proof. So it seems like a pretty matte kind of a foundation. So this is a matte foundation, but it's the luminous matte foundation. A matte foundation which is going to give you a nice glow, a healthy skin feel. Okay, so let's try this one out as well. The cap of this one is also pretty tight. It takes a while to open. Okay, so I think they have done it purposely because with time I think this is going to loosen up, but at the first, when you open the packaging, it's a little bit difficult to open. Okay, it has a pump. I like the packaging of this one. It's pretty lightweight. The formula of this one is very thick. I was a little concerned about the texture, so I will show you. Look how thick the formula is. Okay, and I am not a fan of these kind of foundations which have very thick formulation. Usually I don't really like them. The only foundation which has a thick formula and I like is the Milani foundation, but that's not a matte foundation. So let's see how this one looks like. I have the shade Toffee, and this is also a pretty nice match for me, but this foundation does oxidize on me. This one doesn't oxidize on me, and the feel of the foundation is very different. It feels very thick and full coveragey when you are blending it out. The Huda Beauty foundation stick it feels very lightweight. This one is already feeling very heavy and full coveragey. Okay, already I feel like this foundation is settling down on the skin and you can't blend it anymore. Like already it feels like it's drying down. Okay, this one you can see when I applied first over here, it looks lighter, but it will settle down and it will oxidize and then it will look fine. I will try to build up the foundation a little bit, but on this area, it's already settling down and it's a little difficult to like build on it because I feel like the first layer is already set on my face. And you can see the difference as well. Look at this side of the face, which is more skin like, and this side is more matte. And it is supposed to be a luminous matte foundation, but I don't know, I don't see the luminosity anywhere so far. I don't like this foundation when I first applied. That's my problem with this foundation. I think it's a little too heavy, little too thick for my liking. I usually like foundations which are very lightweight on the skin. When you apply them, you don't feel like anything, and even if they're matte foundations, they have to dry down matte, and I shouldn't feel the heaviness or the feeling of wearing foundation like I feel with the NARS soft matte foundation, or even the Fenty matte foundation, or even the MAC foundations for that matter, where MAC is not really a matte foundation, it is more of a natural finish foundation. I think NARS soft matte foundation is a good comparison with this one. The NARS one feels much more lightweight and it sets on the skin like totally matte and very smooth on the skin. This one is still tacky. Okay, so this has not set yet. It feels like it has set, but it still has that tackiness to it. So I will have to set it with powder. Okay, this side is also a little bit tacky, so this also I will have to set it with powder, because if I don't, this is going to come off on the mask if I'm wearing a mask. But this side is less tacky than this side. If I didn't have to wear a mask, I will be okay not applying powder on this foundation, the foundation stick, whereas this side I will have to apply powder. Okay, so since I have just applied the foundation, what I will do is I will wait for about 15-20 minutes and come back and show you how this foundation looks, say about 15-20 minutes. Okay, and then we will apply the powder. Okay guys, I'm back. So it has been about 70 minutes or so, and this is how my face looks right now. As I was saying, that this foundation looks better after some time. When you first apply it, it looks very matte. After a little while, it does have a little bit of glow on the skin. It's still not completely matte and set on the face. I will show you in a moment, but before that I will show you how these two oxidize on my skin. So this is the foundation stick. Okay, I will apply a fresh patch and show you, and I will apply a fresh patch right here. So this one is the fresh patch, this one is the older patch. You can see that there is hardly much oxidization. I hope you can see there's not much oxidization, maybe just a little bit, not too much of oxidization. So this part of my face, I would say it looks pretty much the same as it did before when I applied it freshly. Now I will show you this one. So this one is the matte foundation. Apply a fresh patch right here on top. Okay, so you can see the fresh patch. Okay, that's how the fresh patch of Toffee looks like. And after about 15-20 minutes, this is how Toffee looks like on my skin tone. So you can see that there is a considerable amount of oxidization, or whatever you want to call it. It settles to a deeper finish because this is a more matte foundation. So I would say out of both the foundations, this one does oxidize on my skin, the other one not so much. Okay, so which one I like better at this point? I like this one much better. This gives a more smoother finish on my skin. I don't know what is the difference in the formulation, and this looks much smoother on my skin, and this side it's not as smooth. It appears a little bit of textured. I mean, the texture I didn't even know I had. It looks like a little bit bumpy, a little bit texturous on my skin. Maybe because I have applied too less and it hasn't set properly. I don't know, but this side it's like very smooth. My skin doesn't really have that much of texture. It's pretty smooth. So this looks more like my skin, and it's still tacky. It hasn't set. Okay, so I will show you with a tissue. So you can see the transfer. I've just dabbed a little bit, and there's quite a considerable amount of transfer. I hope it is visible. There is considerable amount of transfer right here. So it has still not set, and I don't know if it will set completely or not, because I have not experienced that so far. I have applied powder. This doesn't happen with the NARS soft matte foundation. It does set completely matte. There's not much transfer. Let's try this one as well. With this side I know there's a little bit of transfer, but the transfer is quite less than the matte one. Okay, it's pretty less. I don't think you'll be able to see properly. Okay, let me also apply a little bit of concealer before I go into the powder, just right about here, because there is a little bit of shadow right there. So I use the CoverFX concealer. Much better. I will use some powder. I will use just the basic Laura Mercier translucent setting powder without any glow or anything like that. You have to set both the foundations, especially if you're going to wear a mask, because both are slightly tacky. After you set the foundation, this looks much better actually. Okay, so this is the liquid foundation which I have set. This side I haven't set yet. you wouldn't really see like a lot of luminosity as the foundation claims a luminous matte. I don't really see that so far. It's like a skin like finish, little more towards the matte side, but after I've applied powder, this doesn't feel as heavy as it was feeling before. So it's pretty comfortable. It's a, I would say it's a nice foundation. Okay, but the other side I love because this is like super lightweight and it feels more like skin, and I don't really have to apply too much powder. I had to apply quite a bit on the other side. This side, if I apply just a light dusting also, it's fine because it's not as tacky. So which I love. I don't like applying too much powder. Okay, I'm done applying the powder. Let me just complete my entire face and come right back. Okay guys, so here is my finished makeup look. I have just applied a little bit of blush, finished my eye look, did a simple quick purpley eye look, and pink lipstick, which is the Lisa Eldridge lipstick in blush velvet, and that's about it. That's how my finished makeup look is, and I still really love this side of my face. It looks so much more natural, although I haven't really applied any sort of highlighter. This side has that, you know, the natural skin feel, and this side looks more matte. You can see that luminous matte feel which I was thinking that this foundation is going to give isn't there that much. Probably for a different skin type it is going to be different. For my dry skin, I don't see that luminous matte effect. Okay, so after applying the powder and everything, this side looks more matte, this side looks more natural. I like the finish of this side much better, and I will definitely recommend the Huda Beauty foundation stick if you're looking for like a natural finish, everyday wear, very easy foundation with buildable coverage. I like this one better. This is also nice. This is also not, I'm not terribly upset with it or anything like that. It's not like I'm going to never wear this foundation. It's not like that. This is pretty nice, but in comparison, I like the foundation stick much better than this side. Yeah, I mean, I see a little bit of texture right here. There is like foundation matteness, which is pretty visible here. I mean, this side looks like I am wearing makeup, there is foundation, whereas this side looks much more natural. That's the look I go for. So my verdict is out. I like this one much better. I don't know how many times I will say this. I will come back after some time, probably at the end of the day when I'm ready to take off my makeup. I'll just come and quickly show you how this foundation looks on my skin. Okay, so till then, bye-bye. Okay guys, so this is how my face looks like right now. It has been about 6 hours or so, more than 6 hours, because it's about 6:30 now, and I wore this foundation at about 11:30 or so. So this is how the foundation looks like right now. I think both the foundations are looking pretty good. They are both of them quite long wearing. They don't cause any major issues, just that I still like the finish of the foundation stick much better. The entire half side of the face is looking very natural. It's still like I don't have any lines or cracking or anything like that. Little bit of lines I see here, but that happens with every foundation. I can't do anything about them. But with this foundation, I have noticed a little bit of like, you know, that cracking effect, because this is a matte foundation. I have this sort of like cracky kind of a feel right here, which I had noticed even when I had first applied the foundation, and now it has got little worse over the period of time. So there's this here, when you see, you will know that I'm wearing foundation and it's cracking just a little bit. This thing doesn't happen to me that much, okay? And other than that, I think the entire face is doing pretty okay. I wore mask as well. You wouldn't see any mask lines, just maybe a little bit here, but not really much over here, just a little bit. Okay, I will show you my mask too. So this is how I was wearing my mask. Okay, and this side is the foundation stick side. So this is the foundation stick side. You can see the transfer in the foundation stick side is much less compared to this one, which is the other side, the liquid foundation side. I mean, it's a little bit crazy. I knew that the foundation stick doesn't transfer as much on the mask, but I was kind of surprised with the results of the mask because the transfer this side is quite a bit more. Although overall I don't think the transfer is that much, but the foundation stick performs much better. And over this part over here around the nose area, I think the transfer is pretty similar. I don't think one side is less or one side is more. It's pretty similar, but still I feel like this is still pretty okay. I mean, I don't think you will get a foundation with which you will have no transfer at all. Little bit transfer is going to be there. We can't really help it. So yeah, that's my check-in. Now I'm going to go and take off this makeup and upload this video for you guys. Okay guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found it helpful, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. And also, if you're watching me for the first time, I really hope you will consider subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again really soon in my next video. Bye.